I have what might be the best 51-inch glass balsa airframes that you've probably never heard of. The AJ aircraft is Slick 540, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at what makes this aircraft unique, and most importantly, should you buy one? Let's dive in. The AJ Slick 51 has a wingspan of 51 inches, a length of 51 inches, and a wing area of 540 square inches. AJ's estimated all-up weight is between 4 and 4.5 pounds. Mine weighed in at 4 pounds, which is on the low end. The setup I'm running is a 6-cell 1800 paired with the Sunny Sky 3910 brushless outrunner motor in the 550 kV motor version. I'm running an Exor 14.7 PJN wood prop and a Lumineer 51 amp drone style ESC. I do have a separate BEC running, the Castle Creations UBEC, and for servos I'm running the Bluebird BMS M15H. These little servos weigh less than 13 grams and deliver plenty of torque for this size airframe, making them a great choice, especially if you're trying to keep the weight down in this airplane. My link edge setup on this plane is a pull on the rudder, which was a little bit challenging to set up, but is a really great way to keep the weight all up front, as this plane is known to be slightly tail heavy. I'll touch more on that later. Now, before we get to the flight footage, I want to go over some pros and cons of this airframe. Some of the pros include blind nuts all over. They've got blind nuts on the cowl, SFGs, and in many other places like the tail wheel, which is really nice to see. Another pro is the landing gear design, there are no stop collars on the landing gear or wheel pans, which is super nice to see. It's a very clean precision mill. I love it. It is super simple, super easy to build, and there's not a bunch of annoying linkage stoppers and inconvenient things like that. Another pro is the pre-seal hinge gaps. This is becoming commonplace, but it is still nice to see. For the cons, this could be a pro as well, but this does use nylon wing mounting screws, so you will not be able to quickly remove the wings at the field when you're transporting or assembling at the field. This can be kind of a con, although with this size airplane, it's kind of a grab and go, toss in the back of the car. This is probably not a huge deal for most people. The other con was it is a little bit tail heavy generally, which is why I designed a battery tray. The battery tray allows me to get the battery far enough forward without having to inconveniently get my fingers up in the nose and tighten it up. The only other con I can think of is there's no cable routing for the elevator, or if you had a rudder servo in the tail. The elevator servo just kind of flops around back there. Extreme Flight does a really good job with cable routing. I'd love to see that in future renditions of this plane. But that's kind of the pros and cons. Other than that, this airframe is awesome. So let's check out the flight footage. Ah, yes. This was the AJ Slick 51-inch worth it. Absolutely. Whether you're into 3D flying or an experienced pilot who's looking for a grab-and-go 3D plane, this plane delivers on all fronts. The build quality is solid, the flight performance is unmatched, and it has the kind of performance you need for both a new and experienced 3D pilot alike. If you are looking for a 3D plane that can do precision and extreme aerobatics, this plane delivers, and I highly recommend this to anyone serious about aerobatics or 3D flight. Drop any questions or comments below, and be sure to let us know your experience with the AJ Slick 540 or any other 3D planes you're flying. Now, if you're new to 3D and are still struggling with your Harriers, be sure to check out our How to Harrier video. We'll see you there.